He like, oh, you gonna hit me? What were you doing out here in my town at this time of night? Next thing I know, I hear, doom, doom.
Y'all really don't know my pain. Sit back and close your eyes. I'ma take you down memory lane. Why so serious? You and I struggle not the same. So much happened for my eyes. I'ma take you down memory lane. Why so serious?
And this story here, lessons or blessings. This story revolves around the fact of being what I call guppy. G-U-P-I. Guilty until proven innocent. A lot of people in my community deals with this. If you're not careful, more times than need to be. But if you learn these L's, these lessons, no losses, because you gain experience. If you learn, you can turn them into blessings. You can set yourself up later for improvement, for success. It's a time period where it was middle of winter. I was working. Me and my roommates, I had my own apartment and everything, but I thought it would be cheaper to go ahead and get some roommates, but we were going to move it to another place. And so we did that. It was me and my other two roommates. I was the only one working. I was the only one with the car, with the vehicle. We moved, got into the new place, and then I started to slowly see everything decline. It was like everybody stopped putting in effort to try and work to have money coming in. So while I'm at work all day, these two, they would be sitting around the house, smoking and drinking and everything all day. Girls in and out the house, Not gonna lie, sometimes when I got off work on the weekend and everything, we all rode together. We went to the club together and this and that. We had our fun and everything, but, when it came to priorities, there was a little bit more work to be done. But anywho, I started to notice a pattern that every day, I get off work and I come home, there's a house full of people. There's a house full of people, there's loud music. There was no type of space for me besides my room. There was no space for me to really unwind from the day of work. This one particular day, I'm getting off work. I get off work and I drive home. I pull up to the apartment, and as I'm driving up to the apartment, I can look to the left and I can see that there's lights on in the living room. I see a bunch of shadows moving around. And of course, I knew house full of people. It's like 10:30 at night. Park the car, and I sit in the car. You know how you get off work. You're tired and you don't want to go in the house to stress and everything, so you turn off the car and then you just sit there and just stare out the window about a minute or two. And then you gather your things and then you just pull the key out the ignition. I got my stuff, close the door, lock the door, and I start walking up to the apartment building. Got into the apartment building, went upstairs, went up to the third floor to my apartment, opened the door, put the key in the door. Once I put the key in the door, I open the door, first thing you get a woof. I smoked at that time also, but not like everybody else, like all day, every day. Not to say I'm a saint, but that's just what it was. So I walk in and I go straight to my room. And at this time when I walk by, because I could walk by the living room, the opening of the living room to get to my room, and I could see their heads in there. There are people, few faces I recognize and whatnot, and a few faces I don't. So I go to my room, put my bag down, I sit down and I pull out my phone because it was this chick that I was dealing with at the time. I was supposed to meet up with her that night. Pull out my phone and I was about to call her. Then I get a knock at the door. My roommate. And he's like, hey bro. Hey, what's good? How you doing? And I'm like, he's like, hey, you coming in there? You coming in the living room? I was like, yeah, I've been in a minute. He's like, hey bro, we want to go get something to eat. I'm like, okay, cool. Go ahead. That's cool, because I'm thinking in my mind, okay, they leave me time for myself so it'll be a quiet house and everything. And then I look at the time like, but bro, where you going to get something to eat at this time of night? He's like, no, we know a place. We know a place. I was like, yeah, but what you talking about? Everybody need to go get something to eat? He's like, no, the other cats, they about to leave. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, you'll take us? I was like, yeah, give me a few minutes and everything. Cool, all right, cool. Then he went back in the living room doing his thing. I go up in there and I get situated, and I call old girl, but she just at that moment was busy. So I heard other two guys in the living room because they were all congregating in the living room. I tell them, all right, y'all ready? It's like, yeah. I was like, but where we gonna go, man? We can't go all the way to the city because in the city, that's the only place I know, a McDonald's or something. And they're like, nah, we know a spot. It's another town over. It's like 15 minutes away. Yeah, you gotta go all the way to the city, which would be 20, 30 minutes away. They was like, nah, it's another spot over here in the other direction. So we all leave the house, go down the stairs, we all pile in the car. And all I'm thinking about is, man, I need to hurry up. I want to hurry up and get back because I supposed to meet up with the little chick that I was dealing with at the time. So while we're driving, because they claimed they knew where the spot was. And I'm sitting there like, okay, to show me, because I'm not too familiar with the area. We just moved there maybe a month before, but this person was supposedly very familiar with the surrounding areas. So I was listening to him and the other guys, and they were like, drive here, go there, turn right, turn left, and everything. They was like, okay, here, take a right here, drive in there and park in this parking lot. And at the time, I'm still fresh out the military, so I combat park. I always combat park. If I'm in an area that I don't know, I combat park. Meaning, I back my car in. That way, all I had to do is start it up and hit the gas, and I can drive straight out. I don't have to back up and look around and everything. So, park the car. Okay, stay right here. We're gonna go over here. The spot is over here. I'm like, okay, cool. They all get out the car and they start walking over to the other end of the parking lot. I'm sitting there, just bored, not doing nothing. I'm sitting there listening to the radio, listen to a couple of tracks and everything. Then I decided to call old girl because I was supposed to have called her earlier, but got sidetracked. So, pull out my phone, open it up, dial the number. She's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm all right. I was like, hey, what you doing? She's like, I'm waiting on you to call. Everything. I was like, yeah, I got a bit sidetracked. The guys, they wanted to go over and get something to eat. So I took them over to the spot over here to get something to eat. So like, so you coming through? You gonna come by tonight? She's like, yeah, you see what time it is though? It's kind of late. I was like, yeah, it's late, but we shouldn't be out here that long. If you like, I'll come over there. Once we done here, then I'll come over there. She's like, okay. All right, that'll work. I'm like, cool. I see the guys. I'm like, oh, they coming back now. They coming back. She's like, yeah. She's like, just hit me up when you get back and let me know that you're on the way. Then by this time they get in the car and they're like, let's go. I was like, what? Y'all ate already? It's like, let's go. And I hung up the phone. I was like, I'll talk to you later. I'll call you when I get there. Hung up the phone. Let's go. I was like, wow, where the food at? Did y'all eat? Like, let's go. So all right, put the car in first and drove off. So at this time, where I was parked at, I drove out, took a left, and then directly another right to get on the road. When I came to the road, and there was the main street. So at this street, I decided, okay, I'm going to take a left-hand turn. Took the left-hand turn, but as soon as I took that left, I noticed a police car just went by me. And I'm taking a left and I'm driving, and then the next, I see the police car bust a U right in front of my car and just block me in the road. They just start, turn on the lights and block me in the road. Got out the car like this. Guns pointing at the windshield. Get out the car. And I'm like, what the hell? He came around the side of the vehicle with the gun pointing in my face. Opened up the door. Opened up my driver's side door and snatched me out the car. I'm like, and he pulled me out the car and he takes me and he throws me, boom, wow, face first on the hood. And I'm face first on the hood. He's sitting there, patting me down, got my hands together, and he handcuffs me. He's like, and then he takes the other cops. By that time, 2 other police cars pulled up, and they pulled the other guys out. They separated them, and then they take me, put me in the back seat of the police car that was behind my car. Now, there was another one behind my car. All this happening in the middle of the road. Dark, middle of the night, is cold. Put me in the back of the police car. I'm sitting there handcuffed. They sit me in the seat. I'm like, what the hell going on? I sit in the car. The other policeman gets in on they put me on the driver's side, gets in the passenger side, sits down, and closes the door, which was weird as hell to me, and closes the door. And he looks at me, and he say, 5 years. 5 years for robbery. And I look at him, I'm like, what the hell you mean 5 years for robbery? For what? 5 years for robbery? What you mean 5 years for robbery? 5 years for robbery. Like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about right now. 5 years for robbery. He kept saying that over and over again. I look out the window and I see across, like, behind the driver's seat where I'm sitting, I can see through the passenger side window that the guy who sent me out to get them something to eat, my roommate, he's getting searched. He's like this on the hood of the other car, and they pick him up, snatch him up, and they patting him down, and he's looking at me through the window like, man, I'm sorry, bro. Give me that look like, I'm sorry, bro. And I'm looking at him like, you mother... Ooh. Anyway, so they lock us all up, put us all in handcuffs. They already have me in the car to take me to the police station, get me checked in and everything. They take us all separated, but they put us all on the same floor. They take us all down together, but lined up in front of different cells. They had us all take off our belts, take off our shoes, and then they put us in separate cells, but our cells were next to each other. Now, I get inside the cell, and I walk in. I remember my first step in there, I'm looking around. I don't see nothing. Nothing. Just a toilet and a slab of concrete with look like a small mattress and a blanket and a small little pillow like thing. And I look at it, and they close that door behind me. Click, 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 clap, 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 and locked it. I turn around, there's a door there. Turn around, see the slab of concrete. The light's off in there. It's just like a little dim light coming through the window of the door. And so I'm like, okay, I'm here now. Let me go to sleep. I go over to my bed and I take the blanket and I lay down and I put the blanket over me. Cause I'm like, what the hell else am I gonna do right now? I'm just gonna go to sleep then. I mean, hello? Been working all day and now I'm here. Can't talk to them to curse their asses out. So I'm gonna go to sleep. Next thing I know, I hear doom, 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 doom. Where's my water? I want my water. Doom, doom, doom. Give me something to drink. Give me something to drink. Then officers come down. I heard it was like 2 officers came down and they went inside his room and said something to him. This is my roommate now. They said something to him, and he's screaming, no, da, 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 da. He arguing with him, and I heard, bah! He like, oh, you gonna hit me? Oh, you. Going crazy. And so they closed the door again, and the next thing you know, you hear him kicking again. Doom, 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 kicking the door. Doom, doom, doom. And I'm sitting there laying, listening to this shit the whole time. Laying there. After about an hour and a half or so, I hear clicking, 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 like keys in the door. And they open the door and they call my name and tell me to come in. I just barely dozed off. Not really though. And I walk over and they said slip your shoes on. I put my shoes on, but my shoes didn't have no shoestrings in them no more. So I just slipped my shoes on. I'm walking with no shoestring. They put the handcuffs on me and they walking me up the stairs. So I walk into this room. There's a man, I guess a detective, sitting there, and there's a desk. And there's a chair on the opposite side of the detective. And they just walked me up to the table. And they didn't let me sit down, though. They just walked me up to the table. And the detective sitting down. And he's looking up at me. He's like, what were you doing out here in my town at this time of night? To go get something to eat. I don't know what's he like, yeah, sure. You took them to get something to eat. Yeah, okay. I was like, no, I really took them to go get something to eat. Next thing I know, I'm in here. He's looking at me like, old man, he had to be in his late 50s or so. You went downtown and you robbed this man. He pointed you out in a lineup. He saw you. I like, what you mean in a lineup? I never do no lineup. He's like, we got cameras in the cells. What you think? We got cameras in the cells, and the first thing he did, he pointed at you. He said, that was the one that robbed me. I like, how in the hell? I don't even know who is what and what. And y'all watch me. He's like, we saw you. We've been watching you. You went in that cell, and the first thing you did was went to sleep. Guilty parties always go to sleep when they first get caught because they don't have nothing else to do, so they go to sleep. I was like, oh hell no, y'all got me all messed up right now. That's impossible. I like, you know what? Matter of fact, get my phone records, since y'all's the detectives and everything, get my phone records so you can see I ain't have nothing to do with nothing. I don't know. He's like, no. It was you. The guy, he pointed you out. He said first, that definitely him right there. He showed me the pictures of on the table of all of us. It was all 4 of us. He had pictures, and the guy said, it was you. I was like, how the hell? He like, cause you got them earrings. Look at you. You got earrings in your, that don't mean, man, it was a huge thing, boy. He's like, yeah. He's like, so what happened? Why are you in my town robbing people? I That's like I haven't robbed anybody. I didn't rob nobody. Then he tells me, he's like, sure. And he picks his hand up and pats me on my back like, yeah, sure, you didn't rob nobody. He pats me on my shoulder like, yeah, you didn't rob. You didn't do none of that. Yeah, y'all went to get something to eat. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that is the truth. He wouldn't listen to me. The other officer takes me back down to my cell. And then I went and laid back down. I'm sitting there like, what the hell, man? All this shit getting pinned on me. It's crazy. So throughout the night, I can hear everybody getting taken cell by cell, one by one, getting taken upstairs. Of course, my roommate, he's the loudest one. The other ones were loud, giving the police problems, but not like my roommate. He just kicking all and cursing them out and calling them all types of SOBs and all this type of stuff. And I'm thinking in my head, this ain't making nothing better. It made no sense. So they take them upstairs, don't know what was said, what was talked about. They bring them back downstairs. So in total, we were there about, I'd say a good 6-7 hours. They let us out around, 6 in the morning, 5:30, 6 in the morning. And they was like, okay, you free to go. All of us, all 4 of us together. They're like, yeah, y'all free to go. I'm like, how am I get to my car? He was like, walk. I said, walk, man. He was like, here, walk. Here your keys. Yeah, your car's on the same spot where we left it. And I'm like, wow. And I'm pissed because 1, they got me into this shit. 2, I couldn't sleep. I've been work all day and I'm tired as hell, and I couldn't sleep because they kicking and banging and cursing and all this type of shit. And also the fact the victim that it supposedly happened to is saying that it was me that did it. Impossible. But the guy was so sure that it was. So I'm walking and they sitting there joking and, oh man, this and that, walking and listening to them. I'm like, man, y'all got me fucked up, man. Y'all sit there. You're like, man, ain't nothing. They ain't got nothing. That's why we out. They ain't got nothing. I got back to my car, got in my car, drove all the way back to the house, went in the house, went to my room, went to bed. That next week, I was on an apartment hunt. 2 weeks after that, I found me another place. After I found my place, the roommate, the one who originally asked me to take them to go get something to eat, left the country. Court case still going on. I had to get a lawyer for like 4 years straight. I'm going back and forth to court. Everything, messing up with my job. I get to court and the judge tells me at the beginning of the case that I'm looking at 4 to 7 years behind bars for robbery. Thankfully, I made it out without a scratch, so to say, because all the evidence showed that it was impossible for it to be me. When they got inside my vehicle, in the back seat behind me, in the back seat between the seat cushions, is where they stuffed the phones. And also on one of the guys, they found the money that was stolen from this person. I still, to this day, I don't know what this person looks like that supposedly got robbed. To this day, I don't know. What was stolen from that person was found on another person that was an occupant of my vehicle that night. Through evidence and everything, I was acquitted of all charges. But because of that, it hindered me from getting top-level jobs for years. It seemed like every job I tried to get, I had to write statements and all types of things just to get cleared, to show them that I was adjudicated. These guys, one of the guys that were in the car went to the police and told them who, where, when, and what was not me. And that one guy that left the country, we had a few years beef because of the whole situation. It's rightfully so. Nah? So in the end, watch the company you keep. Stay out the way. I appreciate your time because it is what it is. I seen somebody say one time, I found my rhythm once I realized my steps back were part of the dance. Cha-cha now, y'all.
The street gets so cold, man, but I gotta keep going, man. I know you're quick to judge, but you don't even know, man. You don't even know, man. Yeah. The street gets so cold, man, but I gotta keep going, man. I know you're quick to judge, but you don't even know, man. You don't even know, man. Yeah. tendencies. Now you're down on the ground, bare minimum. Something like polar bear penises. Taking shots to the head like Kennedy. Don't care but fulfill these tendencies. Cutthroat and you think you're winning. Connecting these dots through symmetry. Got you coming off in beef like a form of bestiality. Stepping on toes where anything goes, trying to form your own reality. Potential, introduce yourself, success like it's resting. Failure the only option left, redemption is your blessing. Room and board you can't afford, options depleted from underachieving. Tired and bored from back and forth, lying deceiving from weekend to weekend. Playing with the same game, different levels. Dealing with the same hell, different devils. At war with yourself, blaming everyone else. Boy, you better come and earn these medals. Braver than belief, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think. When used correctly, pay off the resistance. In the end you go witness the death of resentment. Don't waste your time wishing. Only one life, is this how you spend it?
But I gotta keep going. I know you're quick to judge, but you don't even know me. You don't even know me. Yeah, yeah. Rob me. The street is so cold, man. But I gotta keep going. I know you're quick to judge, but you don't even know me.